It's your man Jay Graves Report, and welcome to the Mick Football Preview Week 4, presented by your good neighbor State Farm agent Ravi R. Murray, located at a new spot at 7503 Rockville Road, Indianapolis, or hit your boy up at 317-297-3804 so you can holler at your boy. Now, y'all know how we do it. We get it in with Mick teams, all 8 Mick teams. Now, so let's go right to it. We got the first ball game. We got Pike going over to play number 3 Carmel. Now, both these duns coming off bad losses last week. Week 3, Ben Davis beat Carmel. Ben Davis beat Pike. 40-19 in the joint. And then also Carmel lost to Center Grove 17-7. Now, here's the deal. Both these teams got to get back on track. Both the duns lost. Hey, let's talk about the Pike loss last week. Pike ended up losing to Ben Davis 40-19, but in the end of the first quarter, it was 11-6. Midway through the second quarter, we look up, it's 17-12 Ben Davis. Trent Gibson throws a pick 6, but it gets returned because of a doggone penalty. That's the thing that killed Pike all last week. Penalties. Then the game got out of hand. Momentum got in the ride with Ben Davis and took off run going down the street. But here's the deal. They're led by junior quarterback Jason Graves. He leads them with 473 yards passing, 172 yards rushing. He leads in both categories, but we did see Richard Houston and Will Allen put in a little work last week, but the penalties just destroyed these boys. On the other end of the spectrum, we got Carmel coming in after a loss to Center Grove. They're probably the most disciplined team I've seen play in the MIC. They don't make very many mistakes. I don't know what happened to them last week. The Dubs was rolling 2-0. I think John Heber came up out of the LeBron short set, put the skinny jeans back on and messed up all the chemistry. So now, Coach Heber, you got to put the doggone LeBron short set back on. Get back in the groove. Hey, this weekend, because Carmel's playing at the crib, I got to go with Carmel to upset these boys from Pike. Let's move on to the next ball game. Now, we got Lawrence Central coming into the joint to play number 1, Warren Central. Now, here's the deal. Lawrence Central showed up last week and won the Battle of Lawrence, beat Lawrence North, who was undefeated, by the way. They beat them Duns 20-14, and now they got a little swagger. They ready to start rolling. But hold on a second. You got to show up and go to the far east side this week. And these boys from Warren Central are not playing. Hey, look here. We got Jayden George leading them in passing with 811 yards in the first 3 ball games. The incomparable David Bell has 20 catches, 418 yards, and what they call a Secretariat from the far east side. They call him Romeo Elliott. This dog is running all over the place. He got 476 yards in the first 3 ball games. Hey, I'm just going to keep it real or all the way 100, whichever comes first. Lawrence Central. I'm about to get you one of them doctor notes I was talking about last week. I don't know if you can show up, but I know you got a little swag in your pocket right now. You went out there and won the Battle of Lawrence, but it's a whole different animal going over there to the far east side, having to play these boys with these metallic gold helmets, metallic gold face masks, and they got on white helmets one week. We don't know what they're going to show up. I'm going to start calling them the Parliament-Funkadelic because they come out there. Hey, they've already won the Jay Graves Report all-uniform team. Unless somebody go come out here and do something better than what Warren Central doing right now, it might be hard for you to win the all-uniform team selection because I'm going with Warren Central to beat the brakes off Lawrence Central this weekend. Let's move on to the next ball game. Now, we got North Central coming into this ball game to play Lawrence North. Now, both these done coming off a loss. North Central was undefeated until they ran into that Mack truck from the far east side last week. Got beat 58-27. However, Liam Thompson is putting in work. He already got 762 yards passing. in 3 ball games. He's already rushed for 104 yards. And then Alexander Tarver is toting the rock for these boys. Senior running back got 316 yards. Lawrence North was undefeated up until last week. They lost the Battle of Lawrence, 20-14 to Lawrence Central, like I just said. But the first 2 ball games, they put up crazy numbers. They put up 64 points against Perry Meridian. Then another 52 points against Richmond. Then they came in, fell apart some kind of way. But you know what? You got to give Lawrence Central credit because that's a rivalry game. You can throw the records out the window. Both those teams show up. So I can't beat up Lawrence North for losing that ball game because my man Pat Mallory got these boys rolling. So now, what do they do at the crib against Chinchilla O'Shea and company? How do you handle that situation? I just want to know. But Chinchilla O'Shea, they call him Kevin O'Shea. He got so much swag. He come in, he trying to get his swag back because they beat that doggone Chinchilla coat off of him last week. So now, I got to pick North Central to go in to Lawrence North and beat these boys, but it's going to be hard to beat them with Pat Mallory in the Balenciagas he be wearing. So I'm still going to go with Chinchilla O'Shea or Frank Lucas, like they call him on the street. Let's move on to the next ball game. Now, we got number 10, Center Grove, going over to play number 5, Ben Davis. Now, this is going to be the ball game for boys to watch. You got 2 ranked teams. Center Grove is coming off of a huge win. They beat Carmel last weekend, 17-7. They struggled to get out the gate the first 2 ball games, but I think now they got a little swag. The Warhorse and found his way, and now they rolling. But you got to go over to Ben Davis, number 5, Ben Davis. And look here. Ben Davis beat the brakes off of Pike 40-19 after losing to Avon the week before. Delbert Mills put up 211 yards versus Pike. He averaged 118 yards on the ground. He got a total of 355 yards rushing. It's nuts. And Trent Gibson taking care of business. He's doing work. He's already completed 63% of his passes for 536 yards. So what do we do here? And I will say, I got to give some shouts to tell everybody to make sure you keep praying for Jimmy Filsane, who was injured over at Pike last weekend. He had tingling and sensation in his hands and his neck. They had to put him in the ambulance and take him precautionary, but they took him to the hospital after the ball game. He's back with the team. He may not play this week because the team just want to be cautious. They don't want to put him out there too bad. He's a little sore, but he's going to be all right. So everybody keep praying for Jimmy, because we need all these kids to be able to continue to play this doggone game we call football so we can keep having fun with it. We don't want anybody to get injured, so we don't want to see any revenge and all that foolishness going on. We want you to do the right thing, keep playing the game by the rules. Hey, I got to go with Ben Davis to win this ball game because Ben Davis, every week they're getting better. They got a balanced attack. They can throw the ball, they can run the ball, they play well on defense, they disciplined on defense, and they got torched a little bit against Avon a couple of weeks ago. Defensive secondary was not paying attention to what was going on, but now they look like they turning the corner, doing the right thing, they doing it. So I'm going with Ben Davis to win this ball game. It's your man Jay Graves Report from the JGravesReport.com, or you can hit me up on Twitter at JGravesReport so you can holler at your boy. And also remember that this segment is presented by your good neighbor, State Farm agent, Ravi R. Murray, located in a new spot at 7503 Rockville Road, Indianapolis, or hit your boy up at 317-297-3804 so you can holler at your boy.